Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us for this edition of eMigr8 Open Day. It promises to be a really packed edition. Just to make sure I'm not speaking to myself, could you please pop in the chat if you can see my screen? If you can hear me, actually, I'm not sharing my screen yet. But please pop in the chat to just confirm to me that you can hear me loud and clear. Today, we will be speaking about how to become a UK-based startup founder. The UK has made a bunch of pathways available to people, particularly people in technology, for them to come, bring their innovation, bring their ideas, bring their skill to their economy, live in their economy with their family, and build, work, play, everything in the UK. Today, we'll be speaking also around the difference between the UK startup visa and the UK student visa. Because yes, some of us may have been familiar with the UK student visa, but there's another pathway, the UK startup visa, that we'll be drilling down to today. A previous edition, we spoke about the UK Innovator Visa. The companion to that visa is the UK startup visa, and that's going to be our focus for this edition of eMigr8 Open Day. This visa is beginner friendly. It's a beginner-friendly pathway, meaning that if you have 0 months of experience in the field of technology, this is a pathway you can plan for over a 3 to 6 months period. If you have tech experience, even better for this particular pathway, because it would shorten your time. And then if you have startup experience, even much better as well. This visa pathway is the one where you can work full-time. From your day one of getting into the UK, you can work in a full-time role, as long as you are spending considerable time building your startup as well. So the UK recognizes that startups can be a bit volatile. You may not make money from day one, and you may need to earn some income for living and so on. So you can work full-time in the UK from day one. This session today is going to be packed with a lot of information. We'll be speaking and sharing. We would have time for question and answers. You'll be able to pop your questions into the chat. We'll be spending about 1 hour, 30 minutes in this session today. And this session is packed full of gifts of information. You will hear real life experience from people that have gone through this specific pathway before. You'll hear real life experience from people in eMigr8 community. You will hear how eMigr8 also will help this specific journey, because the key thing we would like to say is that we are here to help. We operate a freemium model, meaning we do a lot of things for free. And then, of course, yes, we do charge a premium for some other things as well. But we are always here to help. And you will hear about a lot of information today. But something you need to realize is this opportunity is available today. There's no guarantee that the opportunity will be available tomorrow. There's no guarantee that the opportunity will be available much later as well. So it's best for you to take action. It's best for you to take action on whatever it is you are interested in as quickly as is available, because many of these pathways, their requirements change often. Sometimes the requirements change for the better, but sometimes the requirements change in a way where it's not, well, I wouldn't say for the worst, but the requirement changes against some people. An example is the UK Global Talent Visa, where the requirements today is still the same, but the assessors have become a bit more strict in terms of applying that requirement to each individual's profile. And those kinds of things will happen with every different pathway, because the different countries of the world are trying to figure out how they can bring the best of the best into their economy. During this session today, we'll also speak about how you can move to the UK in 3 to 6 months, even as a beginner. eMigr8 has a package around moving to the UK within 3 to 6 months, which is focused on the UK startup visa and also the UK Innovator Visa. And so as you would see, this edition is packed with a lot of information. Our guest today is also in the room, willing to share his own experience, and also willing to guide our community today. And so the theme for this edition is around build for a global market from the UK as a startup founder, or we'll also say becoming a UK-based startup founder. Please pop in the chat as well, just to confirm that you can see my screen. I'm sharing my screen now. I hope you can see it, and I hope you can hear me also loud and clear. Welcome to eMigr8 Open Day. eMigr8, we say, is the tech-enabled pathway to relocation and settlement. eMigr8 focuses on tech-enabled pathway. Today, we will start this session today by focusing on just talking about eMigr8 generally, who we are, what we do at eMigr8, what we are seeking to achieve, why we do what we do. And then we would focus into why we came today, which is around how you can become a UK-based startup founder. Our coach for the day is already in the room and is ready to share his experience, very recent experience in fact, and is willing to share with the community today. We've got a bunch of bonuses today. We will be talking about comparing the UK startup visa with the UK student visa. We will be talking about how you can move to the UK in 3 to 6 months using an eMigr8 package that exists today. We'll be talking about some freebies for people in the eMigr8 community. We've created a community on multiple platforms, WhatsApp, Telegram, LinkedIn, and several other platforms where you can engage with various eMigr8 coaches, various other people who are interested in this tech-enabled pathway, for you to know that you are not alone in this journey. And we do have some freebies for the most engaged eMigr8 community member. And if you stay till the end of this session, we also have a gift for you today as well. So as you can see, a lot for us to do over the 1 hour, 30 minutes or so of this engagement. There will be opportunities for question and answers. Please drop your questions in the chat. Don't wait till later in the session, because we will take as many questions as our time will permit us to take during the session today. I would also say that don't forget that eMigr8 Open Day, we've been doing multiple sessions over the last couple of months. And so we've had sessions of different coaches, different guests telling us about their experience. We've had people speaking about different UK visas. We've had people speaking about various US visa, from the skilled worker route to the US O1 visa. We've spoken about the Australian global talent visa. We've spoken about 5 tech-enabled pathway to relocation in 2022, where we focused on different countries of the world. So we picked a visa pathway for different countries of the world. All these videos are available for you to take a look at, and all these videos are available for you to get the information that the various coaches have shared in terms of helping your particular journey. We understand that no two individuals are the same and everybody's journey is personalized, but then there are some things you can learn from other people's experience. There are some things you can learn by standing on the shoulder of giants as well. We have a bunch of other editions of eMigr8 Open Day coming up soon. Today, we are focusing on the UK Startup Visa. In a previous edition, we focused on the UK Innovator Visa. We've had previous editions as well where we focused on the Tech Nation Visa, and we have upcoming editions where we'll be speaking about the UK Tech Nation Visa. We'll be speaking about how you can move to the US as a global talent. We'll be speaking about the Canada Startup Visa and the French Tech Visa as well. These are editions of eMigr8 Open Day that are coming up very soon. So please watch out for information on that. Stay glued to the various eMigr8 community where you can get this information as well. So what is eMigr8? What do we do at eMigr8? Are we sharing visa air? Because that's a question we've heard some people ask us about eMigr8. For us at eMigr8, what we do is we help you become globally attractive. So yes, we speak about tech-enabled visa pathway, but from our own perspective, the visas themselves are just a low-hanging fruit of this bigger overall objective. Because we believe that if you are globally attractive, you have options. You have options from all over the world, all of them asking you to come, to bring your skill, to bring your ideas, to bring your innovation, to bring yourself, to bring your family, and live and work and play and everything within their economy. The countries of the world are not doing you a favor. The reason why they're asking you to come is because they've realized that tech and talent is the new oil. And so the countries of the world realize that if they can bring as many talents as possible into their economy, they stand a better chance in the battles that are going on in the world today. It's all about the economy at the end of the day. So the point is, they are not doing you a favor. What we believe is that if you are globally attractive, you would have many options. For us at Emigrate, we focus on you as a tech-enabled profile. That's your own individual profile, or a tech-enabled business, usually a startup that you founded or you are a part of at one time or the other. Today, our focus will be on the UK startup visa. But within Emigrate, we've also spoken about many other visa types, from the O1 visa in the US, focusing on aliens with extraordinary ability, or now it's called individuals with extraordinary ability, to the UK Global Talent Visa, to the Australian Global Talent Visa. All of these have a common denominator, and that common denominator is that they want people who are globally attractive. And this is what we help with Emigrate. Our services covers things like information sessions, general inquiry, coaching and handholding. We are very big on that because we understand no two individuals are the same, but coaching is something that can help every single individual. Preliminary assessment of your qualification status, whether or not you already qualify for one visa pathway or the other. A self-directed roadmap to say, oh, I just need a roadmap to say, oh, I want to qualify in the next 1 month or 3 months or 1 year or 2 years. It doesn't matter. The point is that wherever you are today, there are things that you can start doing today towards you being able to qualify for these various visa types, towards you being able to show yourself as globally attractive. We also help with handholding on this roadmap in terms of the things that you need to do. And when you are also ready to apply, we are able to help with some of the application process, reviewing your document, helping to put your document together in the right way, because packaging is also important in this particular thing that we're talking about, tech-enabled visa pathway. And so that's important. Example would be with the Global Talent Visa UK. We help with review of your UK Global Talent application. We help with the endorsement review process. We do a lot of things for you at that stage, and we do a lot of things for free. Emigrate operates a freemium model. A freemium model is we do things for free, and then we also do some things at a premium. On the free side, we speak a lot. We give a lot of information, and information is not free, right? But we give a lot of information, a lot around inspiration. We do the Emigrate community. We also focus on running the Emigrate Open Day, which brings different people who different countries of the world have said, oh, this person is globally attractive, let them come and do their thing in my country, right? We bring them for them to share their own experience, to share some ideas, to share some information with our community. We have introductory videos. We also have the Emigrate Open consultation. We have different office hours, because many of our Emigrate coaches, some of them are also technician visa ambassador, for example. We do short inquiry sessions as well. These short inquiry sessions, we are only able to do one for each individual for now. And the reason is very simple, because we talk to a lot of people very often. So what we advise is that before you come for this short inquiry session, there's a lot of information out there, a lot of information in public domain. Simply Google it. Don't come and say, what is the UK startup visa? The Open Day will help you understand that. But then, because you have your own unique personality, your own unique profile, your own unique journey, you would have questions, because sometimes this information may be very daunting. This information may be a lot. It may get confusing because there's so much information out there. And this is the reason why we have different Emigrate coaches who are able to help you and hold you through the journey. We start for free. And for many people, what you need to do to start are things that you can do for free, right? But then on the premium side, we do have a premium community called Emigrate Circle. We do personalized coaching sessions, which are paid for. We have the Emigrate standard packages, and then we have also Emigrate premium services as well. Emigrate also has different packages if you already know the specific visa type that you are interested in. For example, we have a package around move to the UK as a global talent, which is focused on the UK Global Talent Visa. We have the move to the UK in 3 to 6 months. This is focused on the UK startup visa. and the UK Innovator Visa, because the startup visa itself doesn't have a pathway to settlement. And so it's a stepping stone for you to be able to get to another visa type. And so we have a package around that. We have a package around the move to the US as a global talent. And this is focused on the US O1 visa. This is the visa for individuals with extraordinary ability or achievements. We've got a package around 5 tech-enabled visa pathways to explore, and this is focused on different countries of the world to say, oh, I'm not sure, I just want to leave my own country at this point. Which one do I qualify for? And then can we work together for me to be able to move within a short period of time? And this will depend on the different unique circumstance of that specific person. And then we've got a visa, we've got a package as well for people who are already in the UK, for example, for the UK, looking for a certificate of sponsorship towards them being able to get a skilled worker visa. We do have a package around that as well, along the lines of coaching for you to be able to get that. With eMigr8 community, we have eMigr8 community on WhatsApp. We've got it on Telegram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, and we encourage you to engage with us. Ask questions, write comments, like, share, invite your friends. And I will be talking later about some things we have for members of our community, eMigr8 community. eMigr8 is incubated by Bincom Dev Center, and Bincom Dev Center has a bunch of other services. One of those services is the Bincom Global Tech Program. The Bincom Global Tech Program helps you to learn skills, gain experience, and gain exposure in the field of technology. This program is suitable for you if you're a beginner with 0 years of experience in the field of technology, but it's also suitable for you if you're at intermediate level and you realize that, oh, I need the right combination of experience and exposure for me to show myself as globally attractive. The Bincom Global Tech Program is available for you. We've got the Labs by Bincom. We've got the Bincom mentoring platform, and the mentoring platform is for people who are highly experienced already in the field of technology. You will understand that one of the ways you can show yourself as globally attractive is by mentoring other people, by judging other people's work, by showing other people the way. Many countries of the world recognize mentoring, particularly if you're on a structured mentoring platform, as a way of recognizing you as a global talent. Bincom has such a platform, and we are always in need of mentors because we have many people in our community that are also trying to grow in the field of tech. And so if you're interested, please fill the form, and then we'll be able to liaise with you in how you can start mentoring our community and our ecosystem. We've got Labs by Bincom, and Labs by Bincom helps you to build a product-led digital technology company with a team of people. It's a 3 to 6 months program, and you get to build a startup from scratch with a team of 3 to 10 people who are also interested in doing this. It is a way for you to get practical learning experience. It's a way for you to improve your career and a way for you to improve your portfolio also as a techie. We've got the Headhunter service, and this is tech employment and recruitment services for individuals. What this does in the UK, it's only available in the UK for now, is that it helps you to land your next role faster, particularly roles that are able to give you certificates of sponsorship in the UK. You are able to build relevant experience in your target country because this is important for you to be able to achieve that objective, and also connection with technical recruiters and several other things, including coaching and handholding needed for you to be able to achieve that objective. The Headhunter service is able to help with this. The lowest common denominator, as I mentioned earlier, is that you need to be globally attractive, because if you are globally attractive, you will have options. The options, some of the options that you would have, and these are some of the tech-enabled visas and route to relocation that are available today. You can take a screenshot of this slide. You can go and Google them. The bunch of them. This is not an exhaustive list. This is just to show you that these things exist today. For eMigr8, we focus on things that have a pathway to settlement, whether a direct pathway to settlement or this is a stepping stone and then you can get a pathway to settlement. We focus on things where even beginners can start planning. So you don't say, oh, I don't yet qualify, so nothing for me to do. There's something that you need to do so that you can qualify next month or next week, or next 2 months, or next 3 months, or next 6 months, or next 1 year, or next 2 years. It doesn't matter how long it is. The point is that know the things you should be doing now so that you will qualify as well as these other people who are coaches that are already sharing the experience of them being able to go through this pathway as well. And so today, our focus will be on becoming a UK-based startup founder. Much later in today's edition, I will be sharing with you some information around our eMigr8 move to the UK in 3 to 6 months. Much later in the edition, we would have time for question and answers. We will soon be going now to our coach for today's session. We'll be sharing a lot of information with us around his own journey, his experience on this specific visa pathway. And then when we come back, we'll also be talking about some of the things you should know about the visa pathway. And then we'll open up for question and answer. After the question and answer, as I mentioned, we've got a couple of gifts available today. A gift of information that is available if you're able to wait till the end. We will be spending about 1 hour, 30 minutes in total in this session. And we do know that it's packed with a lot of information. So that being said, I will now hand over to our coach for today's edition, who is going to be taking us into the next session. Is going to be speaking about his own journey of becoming a UK startup founder. Over to you, Alim Bidmus.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, my name is Alim Bidmus, and I'm the founder of MedVendorHub. It's a UK-based startup. It's a UK-based health tech startup. And I came in through the startup visa to the United Kingdom. So currently I'm in Birmingham, and this is the city where I'm building my startup. So MedVendorHub started as a health tech startup from Lagos, Nigeria. So what we do is we build health tech products, mainly hospital management information system, and also we build health tech product that focuses on that diagnoses healthcare conditions. And that's what, and I've been running this startup for over 5 years in Lagos before I decided to come to the UK to start up on the startup visa to the United Kingdom. So that's like a basic introduction about my startup and about me. So that's it. So what else do I need to talk about? Okay, so about the UK startup visa, it's mainly for individuals to come to the UK to establish a business in the United Kingdom for the first time. So one of the requirements of the UK startup visa is it's a new business. Like, you shouldn't have incorporated a business in the United Kingdom for it to qualify. That's one of the requirements of the UK startup visa. So it allows the individuals to come and start a business in the United Kingdom. And there are basically 3 requirements, like the requirements for that business. And what is needed is just a business idea. It doesn't require that you have the funds to start the business. What it requires is the business idea. And your business idea must be innovative, meaning that your business idea has to be something new. Like, it has to be new to the UK market. And even if it's not new, it has to be like an improvement of an existing business in the United Kingdom. Like, that should be like an improvement or like a development based on what's already in the market. Also, it has to be viable. And for a business idea to be viable, it means that you have the skills, or probably you are developing the skills to run the business. That means that you are able to show that you are capable of running that business based on your skills. And also it has to be scalable, meaning that it has the potential for growth. So those are the 3 main criteria that your business idea must meet to qualify. So the UK startup visa, it used to be called the tier one visa, before I think it started around 2019, I think. Yeah. And we've got the UK Startup Visa and we've got the Innovator Visa. The Startup Visa does not have a path to settlement, meaning that it's a 2-year it's a 2-year visa. It allows you to come to the UK to work. You can work full-time and also run your business. So there's no time restrictions on the number of hours you can work, but you have to put considerable amount of time also in running your startup. So what's the process like? So there are business development organizations in the UK, or basically endorsing bodies. They are the one that vets your business idea or your business plan. Upon doing that, once they can determine that your business idea, your business plan meets the requirements of the Home Office, then they will issue what is called an endorsement letter. So it's the endorsement letter that is required to apply for the UK Startup Visa with the UK Home Office. So most endorsing bodies, some of them, they have some requirements. Some only take business ideas or business plans that are particular to of a particular niche. Some are focused on maybe technology, some are focused on maybe on health, some are focused on just basic sciences, some are focused on generally. So it depends. So each endorsing bodies have their own requirement. They have what they are looking out for. And also, most endorsement bodies, they require that you enroll on their what's it called, on their business development program, or better still, their accelerator program, before they can then issue you an endorsement letter. And the good thing about the UK Startup Visa is you are not required to have any startup funds. You are not required to have any startup funds. So what's required is your business idea and your business plan. So far, it can show that your business plan can show that it's innovative, it's scalable, and it's viable. And the endorsing body can give an endorsement, like they can vouch for that business to say, okay, it is really. Then your endorsement letter is what is required to apply for the startup visa. Also, part of the requirements for the visa is that you should be able to show proof of funds about £1,270. That is to support yourself while you get to the UK. Like just proof of funds are funds that you need upon getting into the UK. And also, it depends. You are to show proof of English proficiency. So you can do this by writing the IELTS, or you can use your university degree as a waiver for your English. So there's an organization called NARIC in the UK. They evaluate your degree and they then issue you a kind of like a statement or to verify that, okay, you are proficient in English, which is part of what is going to use to apply for the visa. So the duration from when you apply for the visa, that's after you've gotten your endorsement letter, it's basically around 3 weeks. When I applied for mine, it was less than 2 weeks. It was around 2 weeks or thereabout. It was not up to 3 weeks. And I was so lucky then. So what's required just is your endorsement letter, your proof of funds, and your IELTS, or basically your proof of English proficiency. And okay, you'll be required to do TB tests and your visa application fees. Then there's the Ihs fee. The Ihs fee is around, I can't really remember the figure, but it's available. I don't know. I can't remember the figure. But you
can Google that.
Yeah, but you pay for the 2 years, for the 2-year duration, the Ihs fee. That is like health insurance for the number of years you'll be spending. So as I mentioned earlier, the UK Startup Visa is not a path to settlement, but there is the option to switch to an Innovator Visa. The Innovator Visa are for like people with existing business, or people who are skilled in running a business, but unlike if you're already on the startup visa and want to switch to the innovator visa, you do not necessarily need the £50,000 investment that's required for the innovator visa. So far, the endorsing body can show that your business has made significant progress over time, then you qualify. Though the innovator visa does not allow you to work full time, you are supposed to just focus on your business. It doesn't allow you to work compared to the startup visa, but the startup visa allows you to work full time while running your business. So the startup visa, you can also switch to different visa categories. You can switch to the skilled worker visa. You can switch to other visas, provided you qualify for that visa category. Provided you qualify for that visa category. So that's basically what it requires to get a UK startup visa.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that. Just before we jump to the next section, and we'll come back to question and answer, I wanted you to talk about two key things. The first one is just if you could just share a bit more around your business idea and what your company does. I know you started in Nigeria, we've done some work together and all of that. And then speaking about what you are now focused on in the UK around the company, so the audience can get an idea of the type of companies that the UK is looking forward to have in their economy.
Okay. You remember I mentioned earlier that one of the requirements of the UK startup visa is it has to be innovative, and my startup from Lagos has always been around building health tech products. So before I actually applied for the UK startup, I have actually been developing a health tech product which actually diagnoses eye care diseases, which diagnoses eye disorders, and I've been on that. Then when the UK startup visa came, and I was just like, okay, it's just perfect for it because it's innovative. I did my research and I noticed that, okay, this business idea is not in existence in the UK at all. Though there's been some organizations, but they are still around research about it. And I've tested my product. I've done some clinical trials. I've done pilot testing, and I was so confident of what my health tech product could do. So it was just like, in fact, the endorsement body was just, they were wowed actually at my business idea, because it didn't even take time at all before they just jumped at it like, okay, we really want to work with you. And I was surprised. So it was a quick one. So for you to have a greater chance, it means you have to be globally attractive. You need to have the skills, the tech skills, though tech really it's not a requirement, but it's like an added advantage for you if you have tech skills, because to be candid, endorsing bodies, I think they have quotas on the number of people they issue, endorsement letters. And to have a greater chance, it means your business idea has to be like spot on. And to be able to achieve that, tech definitely would give you that edge. And that's what gave me that edge. So my business idea was on an AI product that could actually screen eye images for eye disorder was what really got me an endorsement for me to be able to apply for the UK startup visa.
Fantastic. And then one more before we then go to the next section. I'll say to the audience again, if you have questions, please drop them in the chat. We would not have room for our open consultation session today. So any questions that you have, please drop them in the chat. I wanted you to speak a bit around, and we're coming to that during the question and answer as well, but I wanted you to speak a bit around the endorsing bodies. I know that you needed to speak with a few of the endorsing bodies and all of that. We don't need to mention names and all of that, but what was your experience like around speaking with some of the endorsing bodies and all of that? I know they were wild with the ideas, but what are some thoughts around that engagement?
Okay. I sense most endorsement bodies, their routine, the way they operate, most of them, not saying all of them, most of them, the way they operate is, it requires that probably you send them a pitch deck. They look at your pitch deck. If they are okay, with the pitch deck, like, then they'll send you an email telling you that, okay, we really like your business idea and we want to work with you. If not, they'll tell you, no, we can't work with you. Go and improve on your business and probably come back and then we'll work with you. So I applied to a couple of endorsement bodies and some rejected, okay, one of them told me that they can only accept this business on an innovator visa. That's what they told me. They said it's too they said it's too big for startup. They can only take it for innovator. And I must have £50,000. And I told them I don't have that. I don't have that big money. I don't have that big money. A couple of them made known their interest to work with me, but I actually went for the cheapest one in terms of what it costs to be enrolled for their business development program. So most endorsement bodies, they have their fees and they have their payment plans. So I actually went for the cheapest and the one that has a flexible payment plan. And that's what I went for. And that's what I went for. In fact, I was surprised because I was able to negotiate. I didn't know I could negotiate. I just put it to them that, okay, what if I paid this and I paid the remaining like this? And I was surprised at their response, like, okay, we can do that. We can allow you pay so amount of money. When you come to the UK, then you can pay the remaining probably monthly and the likes. And I was so surprised. And that's how I got it.
Thank you so much. I will say to the audience again, if you have questions, please drop them in the chat. We'll be, Alim Bidmus will be answering some of your questions, and then Emigrate coaches will also be answering some of your questions as well. At this section, I'll just be speaking a bit around the move to the UK in 3 to 6 months, which is one of the packages I mentioned earlier that we have with Emigrate. This particular package is not focused on the global talent visa. We do have some packages around that. And this is also not focused on the student route. And we'll be speaking a bit around that. But I'll just say this, and this is one of the bonuses I mentioned earlier, that if you're a member of Emigrate community, we're doing a community bonus at the moment, which we've had to extend by an extra month. We're doing a bonus at the moment to get the most engaged Emigrate community member. If you become that, you will get access to coaching that is worth $700. You will get access to that within Emigrate community. How you can win on this particular campaign is by liking, sharing, commenting on different posts on the different communities. You can invite friends and colleagues to also come in the Emigrate community because we are tracking that. You can ask and answer questions that community members have. It's not just Emigrate staff or Emigrate coaches that are allowed to answer questions. You can answer questions from your own experience as well. You can share useful information that the community will find useful. And then you can also share different news around tech-enabled visa pathway. You can make suggestions, and so on. The key thing for us within Emigrate is that we are focused on the quality of the engagement, not the quantity of the engagement. And so, of course, if you have quality and then quantity, this is even better. But we would prioritize quality of engagement over quantity of engagement. So if you're interested in that, just like, share, comment in any one of the Emigrate communities. For this cycle, we'll be picking one winner per community. And so that is available at this point. If you have questions, please drop them in the chat. And so move to the UK in 3 to 6 months. What is this about and what is Emigrate talking about? This particular visa pathway is focused on the UK startup visa, or if you already have a tech-enabled business, on the UK Innovator Visa. With the UK startup visa, one of the things we say is that if you've ever considered using the UK student visa to move out of your home country, whether Nigeria, Kenya, or anywhere else, then you should think about this particular visa pathway as well. You do not require any tech background for you to be able to use this visa pathway. This is one of the visa pathway that is beginner friendly. Even if you have 0 days of experience today, this is a pathway that you can actually plan for and use within a 3 to 6 months period. if you do have a tech background, whether the technical side of technology or the business side of technology, then it is very beneficial, because some of the trainings and so on that we would need to take you through, you'll be able to get through those ones very quickly. And then, of course, if you have a startup background or you already have a startup that you are running in your own country, even better as well, because this focuses on the UK startup visa. For example, you would need a couple of things for you to be able to benefit from the UK startup visa. You need an innovative idea. We can help with that. You need a profile showing that you can actually make this innovative idea work. We can help with that. You need to be able to build your pitch deck and also your business plans that are required for you to show that you can actually make this idea become a product, and that product becoming a successful business. We can help with that. You will need access to endorsing bodies and also introductions and so on to endorsing bodies, making sure that you are appear in a certain way for the endorsing bodies to be more likely to endorse you. We can help with that. And even post your endorsement, post getting your visa, post moving to the UK, you would also need a pathway towards settlement. We can help with that as well. With the UK startup visa and the student visa, if you were not looking at going to the UK to study and you just decided that, oh, the student visa route is just my best way for me to relocate at this point with my family, then you may want to consider the startup visa. The first reason is because it is far cheaper than the student route. It's cheaper than any masters that you can, even the cheapest masters in the UK, it is cheaper for you to use this route at this point. The difference is, however, that with the student route, you get 3 years in total. And when I say 3 years, I mean you start with your 1 year student visa, and then you are able to get 2 years post-study visa. The startup visa is 2 years, but that 2 years can also not be renewed. The student visa, post-study work visa can also not be renewed. However, with the student visa, you would start in the UK with a limited number of hours that you can work. With the startup visa, you can work full-time from day one of you moving to the UK. The only thing is that in addition to you working full-time, you also need to be building your startup. The UK recognizes that you need to earn money while you're building your startup. You need to earn money while you're getting your startup ready for investment and so on. Whether you're on the UK startup visa or you're on the student visa, you would be looking for a pathway to settlement. The reason is because the two visa pathway do not have a direct pathway to settlement. So it means that you would need to start thinking about which one of these would I use for my pathway to settlement. But the point is, in that category, it's the same thing. With the student visa or the startup visa, you can move with your family and your family can work. So your spouse can actually work as well. So it's the same thing from the student visa and the startup visa. And so this is our point. Our point is that if you are in tech, if you are interested in building a startup, if you've even thought about, oh, maybe this is a business idea that could work and so on, then you may want to consider this pathway to say, oh, let me consider this pathway, not the popular student route that everybody is going towards. It gets better because aside from the startup visa route, there's also the innovator visa route. We are not focusing on the innovator visa in this particular session of Emigrate Open Day, but if you are interested in that, we do have an Emigrate Open Day where we focus on the innovator visa. The video for that session is available, but with the innovator visa, you can also do a couple of things. The innovator visa has a pathway directly to settlement, and the innovator visa does not allow you to work except in your own business. And so this is just a comparison for you to see that, oh, this is something you may want to consider. In terms of the UK startup visa, and this information is available in public domain, you will need an endorsing body that will endorse you and your idea. So they're endorsing your business idea, but the truth is they're also looking at you to say, are you the right profile to be able to build this startup and for you to be able to get this business idea to a point where it would become something that would be big in popular parlance, to the point where your startup will blow. The idea itself has to be new idea in terms of the fact that you can't have registered a business in the UK before. So you can't say you are joining a business that was already running. You would not qualify for the startup visa. So meaning that you have to create a new business, a new idea at that point. You don't have to register the business for you to apply for the startup visa. It needs to be innovative and it needs to be viable. The visa allows you to stay in the UK for 2 years. And then within that time, you are able to switch to a different visa type. Something I say to Emigrate community is that it is actually easier for you to switch to a skilled worker visa in the UK if you're already in the UK. I'm not saying it's impossible to get that directly from your own country, but I'm just saying that it is easier if you're already in the UK. This particular visa type cannot be extended. So it means that within that 2 years, you are doing a couple of things. Number one is you are earning income because you can work full time. Number two is that you are building your startup, because you can't just abandon your startup because the visa was actually given to you for you to build your startup. And number three, if you are interested in staying in the UK, is that you are also working towards a pathway to settlement at that point, to say, I'm going to switch visa to one of three options. If you wait till the end, we'll talk about 3 options that you can use at that point. A second visa that we focus on for the move in 3 to 6 months is the UK Innovator Visa. And now this is viable for people who already have an existing business, or if you are able to build quickly a business to a point where it's also new, it's innovative and it's viable, but then you would need some sort of investment, £50,000, or show that you have access to that investment, in addition to a number of other things as well. As I mentioned, we are not focusing on the Innovator Visa, even though it is part of this package that I'm talking about today. A couple of questions that we get asked is that, how can Emigrate help? And as I mentioned earlier, everything that you need, from the education, the training, the coaching, the handholding that you need for this entire end-to-end pathway, we can help with that within Emigrate. You will still do work. You will still need to dedicate time to building all of this, but Emigrate has access to and has coaches that can help you through this process. Somebody would ask that, oh, is this guaranteed? Or are you guaranteeing me a visa? Unfortunately, we cannot guarantee you a visa because we are not the Home Office. We don't know your background. We don't know many things. However, we can show examples of people that we've worked with. We can show examples of people that we've advised, that we've coached, that have gone through this pathway and are currently building their startup in the UK. Somebody will ask to say, oh, I'm a beginner, I know nothing about startup. Can I use this route? And the answer is yes, because even as a beginner with 0 years of experience, the things that you need to be able to start building a tech-enabled startup, you can learn. And we can train, we can coach you on those things. Somebody will say, I don't even have any idea at all. We can help with that as well, even though we require our founders to be passionate about whatever idea they pick, because you'll be working on that idea for about 2 years of your life. And so we require you to be passionate about this, but we can also help with that as long as you are interested in building that startup and interested in building that idea to become a startup of its own that may become very successful in the future. Somebody will ask to say, oh, what if my startup fails? The UK recognizes that 9 out of every 10 startups fail. I will say that again, 9 out of every 10 startup fails, and they recognize that. In fact, that's the reason why this visa was split into startup visa and innovator visa. because with the startup visa, you don't have to have a thriving business, but by the time you are moving to the innovator visa, you need to have raised the investment. And by the time you are getting out of the innovator visa to ILR, they expect that your startup is very successful, and there are things that you need to show at that point. But where it matters to you is the fact that even if your startup fails, you are able to use that 2 years to find a pathway to settlement and also switch visa type, as long as you work on your startup at that point. And so I would say again how we can help. Finding an endorsing body to endorse your idea, we can help with that. Starting with building that idea into a company with the business plan, with the pitch deck, we can help with that. Building and growing your innovation and adding value to the UK economy, we can help with that. Finding a pathway to settlement, we can help with that. Very important to say is that you will commit time to building yourself, and you have to commit time to building your startup. So this is not a case of, oh, I'm interested and then I'll go to sleep and then do nothing about it. So it's important that you understand that there's work to be done. If you're interested, you can contact any of these numbers on WhatsApp, and then we can give you more information about this particular pathway. So we're going back to question and answer now, and I'm just going to bring on stage another one of our coaches in Emigrate, who is going to be taking the question and answer session at this point. Moody, we'll need your camera on for us to be able to spotlight you. So while Moody is coming on. Oh, there you are. Thank you. Yeah. While Moody is coming up, I will just ask this question. So Alim Bidmus, in terms of experience, I mean, you are in health tech, you've been doing some things in health in the past and so on. I don't know if you could share a bit around the fact that, I mean, you were doing other things and you were able to also build an health tech because of your qualification and what you studied and all of that. You can share a bit about that to the audience.
Okay.
Over to you.
Okay, even while running my startup in Lagos, I was actually a full-time civil servant. I know it sounds weird, but I was running my startup, and I was also a full-time staff of Lagos State government. So I have a background in health tech. Like, I actually studied health informatics at my first degree, and I also have like a master's degree in public health. So my experience and my job experience has been around health tech. So my experience helped as part of the skills required to build as part of the requirement to build a though it's not really a requirement, but to show that your business is it's a business that you can run, you have to show evidence that, okay, you have the skills and the knowledge, or probably you are developing the skills to run the startup. So it really played to my advantage based on my experience. Though it's not really a requirement, but it's just an added advantage. Like, if you have the necessary skills, if you have the necessary tech skills, or if you have the skills to run the business idea you are proposing. So your skills really play an important part in that. So my experience and my skills in the health tech field really helped.
Okay, so thank you very much. My name is Moody, and I will just be running through some questions in the comment section. Comment section. Right. The first question is: I am in the UK presently for my master's using the student visa. How easy is it for me to change to startup founder after my study, to the startup founder after my study? So this person is a student and he's looking to switch. What I would say is Buddy has gone through a lot of what you can do, some of the options we have at Emigrate. I think you should take those conversations to Immigrant. Our speaker today is just sharing his own journey, and he will chip in where he seemed fit to advise. So one of the questions that also came up is, what are the documentations you submitted? Were they a lot for you to put together? Did you have to get people to endorse you and stuff like that?
Okay, as regards the documentation, I mentioned earlier that I reached out to to a couple of endorsement bodies, and most of the time their process require that, okay, you send a pitch deck. A pitch deck is basically like a summary of your business idea, like in maybe just 10 or 15 slides. Yeah, it's just like a summary, just for them to have a picture of what your business idea looks like. So if they are interested in it, then they'll ask you to send a comprehensive business plan that shows like, okay, your financial forecast for 5 years, and basically like gives an in-depth analysis of what your business plan is. So the business plan, your pitch deck, your business plan is a part of the documentation that's required. Then, so once your business is endorsed, the endorsement letter will be issued to you, which is what you're going to use for your visa application at the home office.
Okay.
Yeah, together with your English proficiency tests, which could be your IELTS test or probably your university degree, which can serve as a waiver to show that, okay, you are proficient in English. Then there's a TB test you're supposed to do and proof of funds. So that's basically what's required.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. So there's another question here which speaks to being a student in the UK. I don't know if you have any for my master's using the student visa, how easy it is for me to get sponsorship. I'm in tech, mobile app development. I need to know how easy and how to go about that. That came from Adewale Joshua and on the chat. So I don't know if you have any advice for a student. He's in tech. He wants to know how easy it is to get sponsorship for him to switch to.
No, you said the skilled visa. That's what you said. I mean, for the skilled visa.
Okay. Adewale, you have to pay attention to Badi's presentation. He shared a lot on that. Also, for some of us in the UK already, can we use startup visa? Yes, you can use startup visa. I have ideas in tech and can propose to the UK government. Yes, you can use startup visa. It's open to both people in the UK and people in the diaspora, people in Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, and the likes. Does it mean that my business idea must be around tech?
Okay, to answer that question, okay.
Yeah.
To answer that question, no, it's not necessary, but it's an advantage. It gives you an edge, yes. As I mentioned earlier, I said there are some endorsement bodies that focuses on, most endorsement bodies, they focus on business around tech. There are some that focuses on businesses that are on human sciences, AI, and some other niches in business. But it's just an advantage that your business should be around tech, not really a requirement, no.
Okay. Raji, yeah, your business must not be around tech, but there must, if I would advise, I would say have a bit of tech around, leverage a bit on tech, just as an added advantage. And we have a question from Uche. For someone already in tech in the UK, does Emigrate have consultancy service to say, for say, technician? Yes, Uche, Emigrate has consultancy services irrespective of your location. If you're already in the UK, yes, you can reach out. I think Buddy dropped the contact on the chat already. So you can reach out and get that consultancy slots. Another question. We've answered this. Your business must not be around tech. Ayomide is saying, what if my software products can only work for a target audience in Nigeria or Africa? Can I still apply?
The UK startup visa is actually for the UK market. So, so for your business idea, you actually have to do a bit of research around the UK market, and I'm sure that's what Bincom can assist you with.
Yeah.
It's best your business has to be around, it's for the UK market. You are not doing a business in Nigeria. You are doing it for the UK. So it has to be around the UK market. And I'm sure Beacom can help you with that.
Yes. Beacom has consultancy for that, and we can help for that with that. It has to be a product or a business that can serve people in the UK. Your target market or audience should primarily be in the UK. You can have ideas of expansions, but it should be domiciled in the UK. Another question here, someone is saying, UK endorsing body, do they ask for equity? Did they ask you for equity when they endorsed you?
No, they don't. Just like I mentioned, what's required is your business idea. You are not required for any investment. You are not required for. You are not. They don't require any equity or anything. In fact, it's not necessary that you already have a startup.
Okay.
It was an advantage for me because I already have a startup, but it's not necessary you have a startup. What's required is the business idea that you can show that it's viable, scalable, and innovative. That's what's required. They don't require startup funds. They don't require equity. No, they don't.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that. Johnson Lawa is asking, how long did the entire process take to move to the UK, and how is it like running a startup in the UK as an immigrant? The first part is, how long did it take you? The process from start to finish, can you remember?
Yeah, around 4 to 4, 5, 6 months. Yeah.
Okay.
Around 5 to 6 months. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what was it like running a startup in the UK as an immigrant? Any difference from running it in Lagos?
Not necessarily. You have opportunities to meet investors. You have opportunity to accelerator programs and all of that. It's not really different. Though, as I mentioned in the requirement, it states that you shouldn't have a business incorporated in the UK as part of the requirement. Yeah, and that's the requirement. But it's just like there's really no difference. It's not really. You just work on your business plan as it's stated in your business plan, what you intend to achieve over the period of that 2 years of running your startup. But that's basically it.
Okay, thank you for that. There's a question from Moses Harry. I don't think let me just ask the question. So please, can you give a cost range for the startup visa? Moses, there are a lot of dependencies on your question, so you need to book in a slot with Emigrate to be able to unpack that. It has to depend on what you are going for and what startup you are pitching. But to ask the question in a different way, you said you had to submit a financial projection, right? Did that projection have to show? Did you have to show profitability in 2 years in your financial projection?
Yeah, my financial projection was for 5 years actually, not for 2 years.
Okay.
Because they are looking at, okay, if you are running a business, they're looking at, okay, for your business to be scalable, like, okay, if your business is scalable, then from startup, you should be able to progress to the Innovator Visa. So it's a 5-year financial forecast that's required. So it will show what you're actually looking at to make as profits in year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. Also, it also show like a roadmap of what you intend to do for each year. Now, okay, in year 1, this is what I intend to achieve. Year 2, this is what I intend to achieve. Year 3, and all of that. And also, the cost implication of staffing, getting an office, and all of that. So that's basically what the financial projection. So it's inclusive. It's included in the business plan. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for that. Uche is asking, how do we subscribe to Emigrate support? Is there a link? Yes, there's a link on the chat. Beacom.net//emigrate. That is the website you need to go to. But the link is on the chat with phone numbers that can connect you. Please, what is this? The next question is from Lasisi and is asking, what is the cost for the startup visa? Is there any particular fee you had to pay that is mandatory that you can remember for the visa?
And you pay your visa application fees, you pay your IHS fees, and also you're required to show proof of funds of about 1,270 pounds. Yeah, as proof of funds. You are not paying that; it's actually your money, but you're actually just
Okay.
showing it as proof of funds. That okay, this is to sustain you while you get a job and build your startup. Yeah, at least on landing to the UK, at least
Okay.
to get you something like to support yourself. Yeah, while you get into the UK.
Thank you. All right, Lasisi, I hope you have a fair idea of the cost there. So the WhatsApp number has been dropped on the channel for those asking for the WhatsApp number. Okay. So we've run through the questions in the chat. I would like to ask another question in terms of getting your. Did you have to pay for NHS fee? I know that is compulsory for everybody coming to the UK. Was it exempted for people with your visa type, or it was compulsory too?
No, you pay IHS fees. It's compulsory.
All right. Alim, thank you very much for taking time to answer our questions. We will now hand over back to Buddy, who is back on the driver's seat. Buddy, over to you.
Thank you, Moody. And I'll just say that somebody asked a question around UK taxes. Yes, if you are running your business in the UK, you will pay UK taxes.
You are making
because the reason why the country is even asking you to come is because they want you to come and register your patent in the UK, come and bring that idea to the UK, grow that innovation from the UK, become a unicorn in the UK so that you have more UK unicorn, not just Silicon Valley unicorn. That's the reason why this exists. So it's not because they are trying to help you. It's because they know that you as a talent, the things that you build may become the next big thing in the world. And they are ready to say, come to our economy and do that. Yes, so the short answer is yes, you will pay UK taxes. Yes, UK taxes can be high, particularly if you are earning above a certain threshold. You could pay up to 50% tax, but don't be afraid. The tax itself is graduated. So you start by 0% tax, and then it's graduated onwards up to the point when you get to 50%, 50% or 45% or thereabout tax at that point. So yes, you pay UK taxes. Yeah, I see another question here. Another question is saying, my software product is in entertainment industry, music to be precise. It seems they give more audience to finance and medicine related startup. And my chances high considering my startup niche. Alim, I don't know if you want to say something to that, and then I can also add a few things to that.
If you can show that your music product is innovative, if you can prove that it's innovative, scalable, and viable, why not? And most of the times, for a product to be innovative, I'm not saying all of the time, most of the time, for a product to be innovative, if tech is involved, then it gives you that edge. So you just have to. It just depends on the endorsing bodies and what they really require.
Yes, and there are some endorsing bodies that focus on specific niche, right? So that's probably what you're talking about, and that is true. Yes, the UK has a national agenda to become the fintech capital of the world, but that doesn't mean that they don't want other types of startup. The key thing is your idea or your business must be innovative, it must be scalable, and it must be viable. So if you are doing a music product, hope it's not like you are doing a copycat of Spotify, because obviously for you to be able to beat Spotify in the market where they are the dominant factor, then you need to have probably a niche to say I'm chopping away at a part that they are not focused on. Or it could be that, oh, I'm looking at a different thing that nobody is even thinking about, and so on. So it's important that you're not just trying to clone Spotify. It's important that you are able to show your own innovation as what it is. And eMigr8 can also help with that. We do have coaches who are in that, similar lines along that may be able to help give some context to this as well. Alim, we'll be coming back to you to answer a few more questions that may come up. And I also have a question I would like you to answer, which is around the different audience that we have in eMigr8. I would like you to speak to are beginners in the room who have 0 years of experience in tech. I would like you to speak with intermediate people in the room who are already in tech, and then they are wondering what are my next step around relocation and settlement. And then also experts and highly experienced people in the room who are also thinking along the same line to say, what can I do? Those are 3 categories of audience that we have in Emigrate. And so I'm going to be coming back to you to speak to those category of audience. Also, 4th and 5th category, they are within the category which are people who are ready to apply. What are some of the things you think they should be doing immediately that, oh, I think I'm ready to apply for this. What should I be doing? And finally, people who are in the UK, no pathway to settlement, and they are wondering what should be my next game plan. I mean, you have some ideas around that as well that you can share with the audience. But I'll just recap just before we come back to Alim Bidmus, who is going to be talking about some of those things. I'll just recap some of the things I mentioned at the beginning, that what Emigrate does is helps you to become globally attractive. The visa itself is just a side effect. If you are globally attractive, you would have option. A bunch of things that we cover in terms of the Emigrate services, including information and handholding and all. We do a lot of things for free. Alim is doing this for free, sharing his experience, his ideas, and so on. Is doing this for free, and we do a lot of things like this for free. But in addition, we do have different premium offering. We're actually building Emigrate as an Uber for this type of thing. So believe it or not, Emigrate itself is its own tech-enabled product, right? And so yes, it's a freemium model. What that means is we do a lot of things for free, but there are also premium offerings as well. One of the things we do for free are short inquiry sessions to say, oh, now that I know all this information, I've done my research, I understand this visa, I've read everything I need to read. Now I'm a bit confused. I need some direction in terms of what it is that I should be doing right now, and so on. Then you can book a short inquiry session, which is for free. And what that does is that it's able to give you direction for whatever it is you need. In addition, we do have premium offering, including our Emigrate Premium, Emigrate Circle, which is a premium community, personalized coaching, and several others like that. We have different packages in Emigrate. Move to the UK in 3 to 6 months is the package that we are focused on today. And we spent a considerable amount of time during this 1.5-hour session to speak about that particular package, focusing on the UK startup visa and also the UK Innovator Visa. There are several other packages as well. We have a package for the UK Global Talent Visa, which is the Technician Visa. We have packages for other countries aside from the UK as well, the United States, the US O1 Visa, and several other countries of the world as well. Emigrate community exists in these places. The Bincom Global Tech Program, if you are new to tech and you want to start building your career in tech, this package is for you. In addition, if you're already in tech and you need the right experience and exposure, this is also for you. And this allows you to learn tech now and pay later. You can find out more on the URL on the screen. And also, we're looking for mentors. Join our structured mentoring platform, help us give back, but also we are able to reference you as globally attractive based on the work that you've done on the Bincom mentoring platform. Labs by Bincom, if you're interested in building your first startup or interested in building a startup with a team of people who are also looking to do the same thing, this is a 3 to 6 months program that will train you, teach you, guide you into being able to build that over a period of time, 3 to 6 months. And it's practical learning experience. It helps to improve your career, your portfolio, and so on. With our headhunter service, if you're already in the UK or you're looking at being in the UK within the next 1 year or so, you may be interested in this because it will help you land your next role faster. It combines coaching. It helps you build the relevant experience in the target country. It helps you connection with tech recruiters and several other things like that. If you're interested, the URL on the screen, or you can also send a WhatsApp message to the numbers that we mentioned. And like I mentioned, the common denominator for all of these visa type is that be globally attractive. I also spoke about the community bonus that we have at the moment for people who are in the Emigrate community and are engaging with Emigrate. You can get coaching sessions that is worth up to $700 on the platform just because you are engaging and helping other people as well find their pathway towards relocation and settlement. There was a question around if the Emigrate fee covers endorsing body and all. You can ask more questions on that, but yes, the initial fee and everything covers Immigrant fee, and also you need a budget of between £5,000 to £10,000 for this particular package, which is the move to the UK in 3 to 6 months that we've spoken about. There was also a question about if your startup needs to be based in the UK, preferably. However, we do know of startups who are UK-based, but are Africa-focused. So meaning that they are not targeting the UK market, but they are targeting African markets, but they need the UK to get investors, they need the UK to domicile, they need the UK to hire employees and so on. But the market in which they are operating in is Africa. So we do have a few in the community that are structured like that. But yes, we would prefer you to have an idea that has a use case in your own country, but also has a use case in the UK directly. Somebody was asking around the UK masters to say, if I have masters, if I'm already doing a masters in the UK, should I switch to the UK startup visa? It depends on your unique circumstance. What we would say is that if you already qualify for the post-study visa, and I mean, if you and it's 1 year, you qualify for post-study visa, you may want to just, since you've already made the investment in the UK master's fee, which is in thousands of pounds, you may want to just segue into the post-study visa, because the post-study visa and the startup visa gives you exactly the same opportunities. However, if you are still in your own country and you are looking at moving, then you may want to say, let me skip this whole spending so much money, doing part-time work and all of that, and let me just get straight to where I can work full-time and I can also be building my startup at the same time. Also, for the startup visa, if your post-study visa is coming to an end, you may want to switch to the startup visa as well. Though I will be asking questions like, what were you doing for the 5 years, the 3 years for student route, and then the 2 years extra? What were you doing that you were not able to cross at that time? Because it sort of indicates a different problem. But the point is, yes, the startup visa is available for different categories of people. Certificate of sponsorship, yes, it's available. But it's only available for specific roles and for specific profiles. And so your profile needs to meet a certain type for you to be able to qualify, for you to be able to get the role, because you need to get a job that is able to sponsor you for certificate of sponsorship. Somebody also was asking, and I did mention I was going to talk about this towards the end of this event, and we're coming towards the end of today's session. In terms of pathway to settlement, as you know, the UK startup visa does not have a pathway to settlement. But then there are options that you can start targeting and you can switch to for a pathway to settlement. I'll mention 3 in the order in which we think that they are the best ones that you should focus on. The first one is the UK Global Talent Visa, which is the Tech Nation visa. The reason is because that's the one visa in the UK that has less restriction, almost no restriction for that particular visa. You don't need a work to sponsor you and several other things. It may be your best option to say, within my 2 years, I'm building my profile such that I can switch to the UK Global Talent Visa. There are a few other visa options that may be coming up within the next couple of years, like the point-based system and so on. All of them have the same common denominator, which is be globally attractive, then you have option. But yeah, the ones that are available today, number 1 will be the UK Global Talent Visa. Number 2 will be the Tier 2 visa. You need to get work sponsorship and skilled worker route for you to then be able to switch to that. And you can start working towards getting that as well once you reach the UK, because based on the fact that you have UK experience and you're also building yourself, you're building your profile, you're able to get that. The option 3, which is the Innovator Visa, right, is the 3rd in our ranking. And the reason for that is because even though the Innovator Visa has a pathway to settlement, the gates for Innovator Visa's pathway to settlement requires you to have hired about 5 to 10 people in the UK, requires you to have earned a certain amount of revenue, requires you to have paid a certain amount of tax or expected a certain amount out of the UK and so on. So there's a high gate, a barrier for you to get ILR with the Innovator Visa. In popular parlance, your startup must blow. if it's the innovator visa that you are going to be targeting for your pathway to settlement, which is the reason why we think those first two I've mentioned is what you should first consider before the innovator visa. And that's information that may be useful to somebody out there. Running in the UK gives you access to bigger opportunities. If you stay in your own country, the levels of investors, and I know Alim is understating this, right? But the levels of investors you will talk to are investors. Some of the investors you will talk to will tell you that was my return after 1 year, right? But in the UK, there's a huge amount of venture capital that is available. There's a huge amount of impact funding that is available. There's a huge amount of opportunity. There's the Google that is building a large facility in the UK. And so there's a bigger opportunity and there's a bigger pond in there. And so the question of, oh, if you have an opportunity to run your startup in the UK or run it in your own country, we would say if you can run it in the UK because you do have that opportunity and it gives your startup a better chance of success. But at the end of the day, whether your startup is successful or not, you have an opportunity for you as a person and your family to be able to stay in the UK and do other things in the UK legally because you are globally attractive. And so, Alim, I've come back to you now. I did mention I wanted you to speak with different categories of audience. The beginners who have 0 years or maybe a few months in tech, and then they're wondering, oh, is this for me? What should I do? Any advice for them? And then maybe the intermediate and then the advanced people as well.
Okay, for beginners, I probably I'm not giving my opinion. For beginners, I probably advise that you just get some film experience in like some few months experience in tech before you actually go on this venture. It's not a requirement, as I stated earlier, but it gives you an edge, it gives you an advantage. As I mentioned earlier that I think most endorsement bodies, they are given a quota on the number of endorsement they issues in a year. And for you to stand a better chance, your business idea has to like show that you have skills to run a business, and having that skills is necessary for you to earn your endorsement. So that's what so if you are for beginners, I advise that you can subscribe to any of the incomes packages that will give you the skills and what's required for you to be globally attractive onto any of its visa packages like Global Talent, Startup Visa, and every other ones they've got. That's what I advise for beginners. And for intermediaries, you can apply. If you think you've got the skills and you think you've got the technical skills, if you've got the business skills as well, and you can show that your business idea is innovative, is scalable and viable, you can apply. You can go through this visa route. It's the best option for you. I already have some experience in tech already, so I'm not like a genius. So I'm not saying I have all the knowledge, but I have like some intermediate skills in tech. And that's what really gave me an edge. So if you think you have same, I'm sure income packages will get you basically what you want. Yeah, for the experience, yeah. If it depends on what you need, so it depends on what you actually hope to achieve. So the startup visa too can also give you that. Also, provided that you have the skills and you can also show that your business idea is innovative, scalable, and viable. So that's what I can advise on concerning that.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And I'm coming to the other two audience. I would also say for the highly experienced people that you may also be able to focus on running as an innovator, particularly if you've built up some level of savings, you have relationship that can show the investment that is needed and so on. But those are options that are available to you and they are available today. I don't know if you want to speak to people who are ready to apply. I think you've spoken to them. So let's just skip to those looking for a pathway to settlement. I don't know if you have some advice. I know you are also in that category, but if you have some advice that you can share in terms of a game plan for them.
Yeah. Coming on the start of visa, I already know that it's not a path to settlement, and I've already like made some plans available. So I'm looking at the option of switching to a skilled worker visa or the global talent visa. So what I'm looking to do in the space of 2 years, I'm hoping to build, to focus to like gather much more skills and evidence that's required for the global talent technician, global talent visa, because it's necessary. My initial plan was going for technician, but I discovered that I really do not have because I really do not have it. I had to be honest with myself. I really do not have all what's required in that space of time that I need to apply for. So I just thought it's best I just give it some more time. That way I'll be able to build my profile to fit for the global talent visa. And that's how I came in through the startup visa. So just like I said, I'm looking at the global talent visa, technician global talent visa as an option, or the skilled worker visa as an option too, probably through a sponsorship. Yeah. So those are the two options I'm looking at.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you so much for that. We'll be taking final words from 3 people. We'll start with Moody, who is one of the coaches that was on for today. And then we'll be taking final words from Alim, and then I will give some final words for this edition of eMigr8 Open Day as well. But just to speak about those in terms of pathway to settlement, there are some things that you need to build. If you are looking for certificate of sponsorship, you should be building some sort of UK experience. You should be building your profile for the jobs that are regardless as really scarce in the UK. You should be building many of that at the moment. Those are things that you should be doing, whether you are still in your own country or you're already in the UK. Don't think of yourself, if you move to the UK as a student, for example, don't think of yourself as a student. Think of yourself as someone that has the X number of years of experience that you already had before you moved to the UK, if you're already in the UK. And these are some of the things we coach on within eMigr8's platform. Moody, final words from you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Alim, for sharing your story. Really inspiring. And my final word for everyone is don't just hear these things and go back to normal. Kindly take action, take action, take action. Yeah, that's my final word.
Thank you for that, Moody. And then Alim?
Yeah, I was going to say exactly what Moody just said now. You don't sleep on it. It's all these rules and regulations, all these criteria, they change by the day. So it's best to just act on the information you have now and act on it. Don't sleep on it. It's best to just do it and just work on it and just do it immediately instead of postponing. Before you know it, the rules might just change and you'll be left out. So it's best to just start.
So that was exactly my own final words too that I noted down to say. So I'm going to change to something else at this point. One of them is, let me just say it as well, is that these things are available today. We can't guarantee they will be available tomorrow, but because they are available today, take action today if this is what you are interested in, particularly because your family can move with you on this specific visa type. But then also Bincom can help through the entire journey, from building the idea to building your profile to reaching the endorsing bodies and so on. eMigr8 can help with that, and many things are available from eMigr8 for free. And this is something else I was saying that we were going to share as a gift for you if you waited till the end of this session, and this is the gift. eMigr8's short inquiry session, we only make available 1 short inquiry session per individual within eMigr8. But because you were able to wait till the end of this session of eMigr8 Open Day, we've extended it for you to get up to 2 short inquiry sessions for free within eMigr8. What that means is that you can do a short inquiry session immediately, and then after a bit of time, if you are still building and you get a bit confused and you need a bit of guidance, one of the coaches are going to be happy to do a second short inquiry session at no cost to you. That being said, thank you for joining us for this edition of eMigr8 Open Day. We do hope that you were able to get a lot of information. We do hope that you can you can act on it. And yes, somebody is asking how to claim the inquiry session. The information is always available within the Emigrate community, and some of the links have been shared. So you can ask on the Emigrate community, where we hope you'll be more engaged and also ask more questions there. So thank you everyone for joining us. Alim, thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for joining us today. We're really proud of you as an Emigrate community member who has now become an Emigrate coach. And so we are really, really excited to have you on this edition of Emigrate Openly. Thank you, everyone, and have a lovely rest of the